Unlike chickens, guinea fowl are known for being a lot harder to domesticate, and I really think it's due to the fact that they're not very smart, as well as for years we've tried to domesticate a guinea fowl. It even dates all the way back to the Romans' time, where we've been a lot more successful in training and domesticating chickens than guinea fowl. Now, when we were looking at guinea fowl, we knew that this was something to be cautious of, and it was something that we wanted to see if we could learn to actually train them, and we did. We've been really successful at training our guinea fowl to actually go into the coop every night where they can seek out safety from any predators, and we've also taught them to be a lot more friendly with us, similar to chickens where they can actually record the look of your face. They know what different humans look like. I think chickens can actually identify over 100 different faces. Guinea fowl definitely are not as smart, but they are starting to learn a lot more from our trainings. And I'm going to give you 8 tips of how we train our guinea fowl. And the first one is to actually get your guinea fowl at a really young age. If you can actually hatch out your own guinea fowl or get them as keats, which is essentially just a baby guinea fowl, this is going to be the best thing that you can do. Now, we ordered our guinea fowl from Tractor Supply, where they actually get their chickens from Hoover's Hatchery, and we have had such a great experience with them. We ordered a large amount of them, and we were able to keep them at a young age. It's important that you get them at a young age because the older that they get, the harder it is going to be to actually train them. And by getting them at a young age, you're going to be able to set this in their mind really young, all of the things that we're going to get into in just a second, but it's going to be more malleable of a mind, similar to a child teaching them how to read and write. It's much easier to teach them at a young age. I'm Danielle of the Sweater Homestead, and welcome to our channel where we raise our own food and we love to teach you so that you can learn to live a more self-sustainable lifestyle. And the second way that you can start to train your guinea fowl is to actually start them off in the same environment or home that you're going to keep them in long term. So let's dive into this. What does that actually mean? When you get your keats, so when we got our keats, we actually kept them in our barn, which also we have as our chicken coop. And what's nice about this is by keeping them in that area, and we kept them in a little smaller area where they couldn't actually interact with our chickens. They weren't like living amongst them, but they were in a caged out scenario, similar to where we would have any of our chicks grow out. And then we kept them in there for the first 10 weeks of their life as they started to grow. Now, they love to roost. They love to be in high up places. So do make sure that wherever you do keep them, it is fortified on all ends of it, because we actually had ours in an area that didn't have a fortified ceiling area at first, and a few of ours did escape and we were not able to find them. So I definitely keep them contained wherever they are, because they will wander, and being that they're not so smart, I don't think they're going to find their way back until they are older. So keep them in that one area, and what this is going to do is it's going to imprint that area into their brain, and they'll be able to call this area home. So if you're going to be in a coop, don't make it a temporary item. Make it something that you're going to have long term. Make sure that you're preparing this before you even get your guinea fowl, so that you can really have this set up and you have a more permanent location for them. You can actually see a bunch of the guinea fowl crossing right here. Now, I said that we kept our guinea fowl in an area that was contained for the first 10 weeks. And this is also a really important step to training your guinea fowl to go into their coop at night. Now, making sure that they are actually living in this area for a large amount of time and keeping them locked up until they are of old enough age to actually start being let out, which is around 10 weeks. So we got our guinea fowl as keats, so they're a few days old. We put them in this location. We kept them there for 10 weeks, and then we started to let them co-live with our chickens, which we'll get to as another training tip as well. And then we slowly started to let them out into the free ranging areas so they could free range during the day, and then we brought them in at night. My next big point here is chickens are going to help you train your guinea fowl. It sounds really strange, and I've actually read a lot about how you should get chickens and guinea fowl at the same time when they're all young together, because guinea fowl can pack a little bit and not be that nice if you were to get guinea fowl and then chicks. But what we actually did is we were already raising our chickens before we decided to get guinea fowl, and we then added the guinea fowl into our already trained flock. So you can see all of our chickens running in the back. They already had over a year of knowing to go in and out of the coop at night. And then by bringing our guinea fowl into this environment, they basically taught our guinea fowl what to do. So they did a lot of the training for us because the guinea fowl just followed a lot of what the chickens did. Another item that has really helped us is not only do we have our coop and a gated in outdoor run, but we also have a full gated in area around a lot of the grazing area that we do have our chicks and guinea fowl. And what we did also do is we actually took their wings and we did trim them. And this does help because guinea fowl are very prone to flying up into trees, sleeping in trees at night, which if you don't care if your guinea fowl sleeps in trees at night, that's totally fine, let that happen. But we have had a lot of friends and neighbors that predators come, and I've watched our guinea fowl. I don't think they would be smart enough to get away from some of our predators. So we trimmed ours, and this way they can't fly out of our fenced in area. They stay pretty contained for most of the day, and then we put them into our coop at night. And this has really helped with making sure they don't escape into everywhere, because guinea fowl are known to wander far and wide. If you have 20 acres of land, 50 acres of land, they will be everywhere in it, and in your neighbors and anywhere they can go. So definitely making sure that you trim their feathers will be helpful. These last 3 tips are all things that you can start adding to your coop today and will start to make a pretty big difference, or that you can prep before you even get your guinea fowl. And the first one here is to have lighting outside of your coop. So this is our coop section and our outdoor run. And what we actually have installed are lights right here. We also have string lights, and these are all solar powered lights. They're amazing. I'll link down below from Amazon. We just got them. They are great. I suggest adding some solar powered lights if you live in a sunny enough area that you can have these, and just adding them to the outside of your barn. All of these are triggered to turn on at night, and by adding some light, it actually makes the guinea fowl feel safe. So if they are far off in a woodsy area, they will go to the light where they know is safe, where they know that if there is predators, they'd be able to see them, and this way they'll be drawn into going into their coop at night. Talking about drawing in your guinea fowl at night, you want to make sure that you're putting them on some type of schedule. So we actually also have an automatic coop door that will close at dusk. So what we'll usually do is around dinner time, we'll close up our barn doors so that the coop is closed, but there's still access to the outdoor run. And then at nighttime, the automatic chicken door will close and everyone will go inside of the coop and go to sleep for the night. And having this schedule set up is really important for them, and having them enclosed in an area that they feel safe, that they've grown up in, that they know is safe from predators is really going to help. The last tip that I have is about your feed. Making sure that you feed and water your chicks and guinea fowl only inside of the coop and outdoor run. Instead of putting any table scraps or foods in the free ranging area, we definitely suggest putting them in an area that they call home, an area where they know that they're going to get their food at. This is going to be a really important step to making sure that they find this place as home, and all of their needs will be met in here. Now, obviously, foraging, they're going to find little bugs and critters that they can eat, but making sure that you have this as the main place. Now, those are really 8 of our tips that we've used to train our guinea fowl, but I definitely suggest that you add any below, and I hope that these are helpful. Let us know which ones you're looking to try, and we'll see you guys again next time. Bye.